Hello, hello, hello everyone. This is Kathy, and I'm glad you're here today. I'm here with video number 2 in my series called It's Fall, Y'all. And today I'll be making a cute folio to add to your journal or to use as a standalone, maybe hostess gift or card. So let's get started. First of all, materials. You'll need some glue, some distress ink if you choose. You'll need a scoreboard, a bone folder, and where's my bone folder? I always misplace my bone folder. Anyway, a bone folder, a trimmer, scissors, and let's see what else. And some fall themed paper or colors of fall. So let's get started. First, I'm going to go over your paper cuts that you'll need. I'll be making my folio as we go along, and I'll be using 12 by 12 inch paper pack that I showed you in my last It's Fall You All video. I got it at scrapbook.com. It's called Simple Stories, and it's the Cider and Donuts collection. For this project, I used approximately 3 sheets of 12 by 12 paper. You don't have to use 12 by 12. It can be 8.5 by 11. And that's fine as well. So if you're using some digis that you've downloaded, that will work fine. Okay, so let's get started. I'll go over what cuts you'll need. I've made a template, and I'm going to be showing you from this, and then I'll be making my own out of fall paper. So the first thing you need for the base is one piece of 8 by 6 3/4. So 8 inches by 6 3/4, and you're going to score it at 4 inches. This will serve as the cover of your folio. So it's 8 by 6 3/4, and you score it 4. The next piece that you'll need is one piece that's 6 1/4 by 6 3/4. Take this off. So 6 1/4 by 6 3/4, and you're going to score it at the 6 1/4 side at 2.5 inches. 6 1/4, 6 3/4, and you score at 2.5. I'm just going to put it back together as we go. The next thing you'll need is one piece of 6 3/4 by 3 3/4. 6 3/4 by 3 3/4. And don't worry about where I'm putting it. I'll go through it as I make my own with you. So 6 3/4 by 3 3/4, and you need one piece. That's the basic template for the folio. Next, we have pockets that I'm going to show you. You need to cut out 2 at 3 3/4 by 4.5. And then you're going to go up to 2.5 inches and cut along to the point on the other side. You need 2 3 3/4 and 4 1/2, one for the front and one for the back. Next, we're going to open it up. This is going to be glued down. We're going to put a pocket here, and those pockets are 2 at 3 1/2 by 2 3/4. 2 pockets at 2 1/2 by 2 3/4, and they're going to go right here. Going to open that up. And on the back here, at the 6 3/4 and 3 3/4, we're going to cut out one piece at 3 3/4 by 4 1/2, 3 3/4 by 4 1/2. You can actually put that up as high as you want. We'll go over that. And one at 3 3/4 by 2 1/2. And one more at 3 7/8 by 2 1/2. Okay? And I'll be going along and letting you know the dimensions as we go as well. So let's get started. I have mine cut out and I've scored it already. So I'm going to start with this piece. This is the piece that is 8 inches across by 6 3/4. And I've scored it at 4 inches. Let me straighten this out. Got a little weird here. Okay. And you might choose to round the corners, which is what I'm going to do. Okay. Next, I'm going to open it up. And I have this piece that is 6 3/4 by 6 1/4, and I've scored it at 2 1/2. That's going to go right inside, and I'm going to put a notch here because this is going to be a pocket. And I'm also going to add a little ink. I forgot to add it to the outside piece. So let me do that. And the ink gets away any white edges. It also adds kind of just a nice focal point. Okay, and this one. Oh, I love this paper. Okay. I am going to round these corners. And I'm going to take glue and I'm going to put it on the top and the bottom and along the middle, so this can serve as a pocket. Then I'm going to take it while it's folded, because I just think that's a little easier. I'm going to place it right at that fold, making sure to line up the top and the bottom. And this is what I have. So I glued it top, down the side, and the bottom. This side is not glued. I'm going to take our third piece and I'm going to round the corners only on the outer edge. And I'm going to put glue all over the back. You could have the option of making this into another pocket. Whoops, my light went off. It's like an automatic light, it goes off. Okay, and I'm going to place this right on the back of this one, lining it up to the edge. If it's a little wonky, I want the edge to be lined up. And since I see some white, I'm going to add a little bit of ink. Okay, so the foundation of our folio is done. We have a pocket here, and we have a flap, and nothing here. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to add the pockets. And we're going to start with the cover. And I forgot to mention that I got this inspiration from My Porch Prints. I created a template from one of the kits that I purchased, and then am adjusting it as I will. Just to let you know that this was not my idea. So the first thing I have is 3 3/4 by 4.5. So let's see what colors I have. How come this one's bigger? Let's see. Let me see. Let me measure these. Okay, they're 4.5 by 3 3/4. So, I don't like that color there. I like this one. But okay. I'm going to put a notch up at the top. No, I'm not. Sorry, this was the one that was to be slanted. So I'm going to put this at the top. I'm going to go up about 2.5 inches. You don't have to be real fussy. I'm not going to measure it. I'm just coming down from the corner and making a slanted pocket. add some ink. And I'm going to place that right there, put ink around the sides and the bottom. Then I'm going to leave a little border around it. Okay, I'm going to go to the back and do the same thing. But I don't like either of these colors, so I'm going to try another color. See if I have another color. This one's good. Yeah. So and I'm going to take the first one and use it as a template. Well, I can't really. 3 3/4, pardon me, by 4 1/2. 4 1/2 by 3 3/4. That'll do it. I should have rounded these corners. Let me see if I can still do it. Nope, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to ink up this. Well, I'm going to cut it first. And I'm going to round, not going to round it, because I didn't round the other one. And okay. Next, we have 2 pockets on here that are 3 1/2 by 2 3/4. And I think that would be these. Let's see. Can't see. 3 3/4. I have 3. Aha. Three 3 1/2 by 2 3/4. Okay, those are those 2. I'm going to add a notch. And they're going to go here. Put it like that. Add glue down the sides and at the bottom. Leave a little border. And I am going to round this corner. Okay. Next, over on this side, that's where these come in. Let's see. Going to go here. Darn. Still don't like those colors. I'm going to try to use these cut aparts as a pocket. But the pockets that I asked you to cut were 3 3/4 by 4.5 and 3 3/4 by 2.5. Let me see if I have another one. So feel free to ad-lib on those pockets. So these are a little thinner than I normally would like, but that's okay. So I'm going to put this one in the back, glue at the bottom and the sides. We'll put it pretty high up because they're kind of tall. And the same for this one. Okay, and now on this side, we have 2 pockets that are 3 7/8 by 2.5. So we're going to put some notches in the top. I'm sorry, we're just going to put 1 pocket here. Okay. one pocket at 3 7/8 by 2.5. And that is basically the construction of the pockets. Let me see if I missed anything. I don't think so. Now it's time to decorate. I have some cut aparts that I have here that I'm going to use. These are a cute little double tag. I'm going to cut those off. Add a hole. Add some ink. And this can be used to write on the inside. So let's put that there. Let me add a little string. Do I want to add that, or do I want to add ribbon? Let's see. I cut out a lot of pieces last night using my Brother cut and scan. I love that thing. This, some rub-ons, and I have some ribbon. So I love these colors. One says Hi Pumpkin. I think I told you yesterday, these are from Amazon. Whoops. One there. I think I have a cute one here. Tape on that. Okay, I can go here. I need something here. Let's deal with the front. Let's use some gold this time. And maybe we'll cut some of these, what looks like falling leaves. And let's see, put a little journaling card in here. I always feel like when I use scrapbook paper that all these cutouts, that I'm really cheating, but I'm okay with that. Okay, and for the back, I also use this one. Can go right back there. And let's see. I have some stickers that also came with the kit. Maybe I'll put something right on there. Pumpkins. Okay. Let's see. This looks perfect to go here. Here. Let me add okay, and let me add a card in here. Whoops. I can add that right in there. And this side, I'm going to put a sticker right in the middle. Here. Like this one. That's my dog. I can go right there. And perhaps a tab here. I had some of this that I cut off, a little scrap. I can go right there, right up there. I'm going to put an eyelet in. and some cute ribbon. Put some green in. Put this down first. Okay, I like that. Okay, well, I think that'll do it for video number 2, and hi y'all. Y'all, it's fall series. Join me again. I'm excited we're going to be making a golden book. I think we'll be doing that next. So if you want to join in, I got my golden book on Amazon. It was $5.99. And it had a fall theme. Let me see where it is. I have it here somewhere. I'll show it to you. This is the one we'll be using, that I'll be using. The Colors of Fall. It'll be cute. Okie doke. Well, you all have a great one, and thanks for watching. Bye.